Hello everyone, I'm Joe and welcome back to my channel to learn more science with me. You may remember when I made a video about busting climate myths, and I actually really enjoyed making that video, and I thought that it cleared up a lot of misconceptions about climate change. So I put together a video today about with more of those climate myths, and we're going to bust them today. So let's get started. Myth number 1. Carbon dioxide is a normal part of our atmosphere, so you don't need to worry about excess emissions. Well, you see, carbon dioxide, yes, we do need carbon dioxide. It is a normal part of our atmosphere. And the only problem is, though, excess emissions. We need to understand what that means first before I explain. So, excess emissions are carbon emissions that are being released by human activities. So, things like burning fossil fuels. Now, we all know how that works. You burn fossil fuels or you do things that aren't good for the planet. They release those greenhouse emissions like carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is actually the main one. And then they go up into the atmosphere, and then they make the atmosphere slightly thicker, and then it makes our planet more warmer, and that causes global warming and climate change and the effects of them. So we do have to worry about excess emissions because those aren't natural, and at the rate that we're burning fossil fuels and putting them into the atmosphere is really, really fast. Nature can't adapt to it, and obviously we've got on top of that the climate issues, and we all know how the extreme weather events are affecting everybody in our world today. So we do need to worry about excess emissions, and we do need to do something about that. So that myth has been busted. Myth number 2, the sea is not rising. So there's lots of scientific evidence to show that because of climate change, our planet is getting hotter, and that melts the ice in the poles. So the ice caps in the North and South Pole are melting because of how hot our planet is getting now. And they all go into the sea when it melts, all that water, and that is rising the sea level. And if you don't believe the science, then well, you can go to places that are affected. So small island nations in places like the Pacific. So places like Nauru or Tuvalu, that's a good one, or Vanuatu, yeah. If you go there, you can see with your own eyes how it affects the islands. And also, if you go and talk to locals, you can see how their day to day lives are also being affected. So, sea level rise is a really big problem, and we need to do more about it. It's not really addressed that much. So, that myth has been busted. Myth number 3, if we stop using fossil fuels, our economy will crash. Well, here's the thing, we have a lot of issues in our when it comes to politics, and the economy is one of them. Especially in the UK, if you know anything about the economical crisis, and you may also know about how fuels are getting more expensive. This is a problem wherever you go now, actually. So fuels are getting more expensive because things like oil, coal, and natural gas are fossil fuels, obviously, and we talked about how that releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. But we're also running out of those stores. You see, the demand for energy now and electricity is so high that at the rate that we burn those fossil fuels, we can't actually make any more of those. They don't get processed underground that quickly. So we're running out, and that will cause a big crisis, and that'll cause energy prices to skyrocket even more than they are now, and powering our lives will be really difficult. So, but when it comes to renewable energy is way cheaper and it lasts forever as well. So that myth has been busted. Myth number 4, current policies are already solving the issue. Don't get me wrong, there are lots of governments and there are lots of people in power, politicians, who are trying to make differences. However, they aren't enough. There are still more things that need to be done in order to save our planet from these environmental issues. We got the COP conference going on in Brazil now as we speak, and let's hope there are some more policies being made there and some more agreements that are being met, or maybe we create some more, and those will hopefully help out with the planet and the way that it's going now. So that myth has been busted. Right, myth number 5. This is our last one. Let's go. It's too late to do anything. Now, this one, many people believe it, and at times, this does feel true. It can get really tough, and the environment can really feel like, and it really feels like we can't do anything for our environment now. But it isn't too late. We can try and reduce the impacts, and maybe try and, if we work really hard, we can reverse these effects, of course. But we need to do more. We, like I said in the previous slides, we need to do more. And there are so many, if you follow the channel, you probably know that there are so many things that everyday people, not just politicians, everyday people can make small changes in their lifestyles that will make a big impact for our planet. So, finally, that myth has been busted. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you think you know somebody who might believe in any of these myths, please share this video with them. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.